Thank you for tuning in to Season 2, Episode 2 with Ciara Duggan from Below Deck Sailing Season 1. If you want to see the full video version, it's on YouTube at Pop-Off with James. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I like your blonde hair.
Thank you. I actually need to get it dyed again. It's grown out quite a lot.
Nice. I just want to make sure I'm in the middle because I always screw that up. Am I in the middle?
Move a little more to your...
This way?
Yeah, teeny tiny bit back the other way. Yeah. So I think that's good.
Sorry I didn't get those questions to you. I was literally like, I went for like a run and I thought I had time and I got back and I was like, oh my God, like putting everything together. So
no, you're fine.
Yeah. So yeah, it's recording. I'm going to do the opening. Is that okay? I always feel so fake when I do this.
No.
Okay.
Trust me, I had to do it for the show.
Oh yeah. Welcome everybody. This is Pop Off with James. I'm James Pike and we have Ciara Duggan.
Duggan, yeah.
Duggan, yes, from Season 1 of Sailing Yacht. Like, you're an OG. So, welcome. Thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I have to start off, like, it's so hard to, like, schedule with people because yachties, I think they're like, you know, constantly working. It's hard to kind of schedule with them. So I'm always like pulling somebody like, hey, I like had a cancellation. Can you do this? Can you do that? So I really appreciate you.
You never know what time zone we're in. And we don't usually even know what time zone we're in.
Yeah.
You asked me what time zone I was in. I really actually had to think about it.
Oh, really? Did you have to Google it? I always have to Google.
No, I just remember that like New York is Eastern because it's the furthest east. So I was like, okay, I think I'm in the same time zone, but.
Where are you, by the way, like in the world?
I'm in Florida. I live in Florida now.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So right now we're in our rainy season where it's like freezing, like below 10 degrees and raining. And you're probably just like, you know, living in the sun, right?
We're finally happy that it's cooled down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's finally like to where you can go outside in the daytime. And I mean, I wear sweaters year round. I don't care where I live. But you're not just absolutely melting when you go outside in the daytime. Most days.
I heard that, what are they? Like lizards fall out of the trees.
The iguanas, yeah. Well, they're cold-blooded. So when they, you know, when it gets cold, they get cold. And they kind of freeze up into this like hibernation thing and then fall out of the tree like a brick.
It's so random, just like walking down the street. And you're like, whoa! Like, you know.
I saw one fall out of a tree yesterday. Actually, I went to the park, and all of a sudden this big lizard just drops, and I'm like, okay, that's new.
Is there like an etiquette? Like, do you like, you know, try to warm it up, or do you just leave it? Or
no, you don't. No, you don't touch them. They're quite vicious. Like I call them dragons because that's how they act.
I don't know if you've ever seen that meme or it's like a video of that woman. She's on the beach doing a handstand and then an iguana runs up and bites her hand and she screams.
Ow! Ow! Oh my fucking God! You son of a bitch! Oh, he bit my fucking finger! Ah!
I don't know. It just makes me laugh so much.
It doesn't happen in Florida though.
Yeah. Probably. How's life? You know, like what are you up to these days?
It's good. I'm pretty much out of yachting at this point, which is great. I do the occasional like day charter or weekend trip here and there. But I'm done with permanent gigs. I won't do another one. I don't even consider it. I'm in university now, so I decided to take a little break from, you know, living on the ocean full time and actually put some roots down and get a degree in something other than cleaning.
Aw. What are you taking?
I'm studying business management.
Nice. And do you have like an end goal in mind? Like you want to be like a, you know, Fortune 500 boss bitch or something. I don't know.
Eventually, I actually am partnering with Jessica More, and we're starting a business. It's not fully launched yet, so I don't want to give too many details, but yeah, we are working on something. And so I figured a business degree is just, it's only going to help with that. Yeah, that's the end goal, is to not have to go back to yachting, no more golden handcuffs, and, you know, just be able to do my own thing and not be reliant on the yachting industry for my income.
What is a golden handcuff? What is that?
It's like, you know, you kind of have to keep going back because the money's so good that, like, it just kind of keeps you in there, keeps you locked up. And as much as you want to get out, like, it's so good, but it's so bad.
Yeah. I understand that for sure. That was me in serving, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, really good cash all the time, but then,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
when the
pen,
pen,
yeah, it's hard to say yes to as well.
Exactly. It like killed my soul, but then I had money, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, you're like, I'm miserable and I hate my life, but I get to see cool things sometimes and make good money. But at a certain point, it just becomes not worth it anymore for your mental health, and, you know, it's just not worth it at this point.
Is there a lot of like ageism in yachting? Like when a woman or a man gets to a certain age, do they age out or does it work?
It kind of depends on what department you're in. If you're on deck or in the galley or engineering, you can pretty much get away with anything. If you're in the interior, a lot of times you can't be younger than a certain age and you can't be older than a certain age. So yeah,
that's interesting, right? Because, you know, I guess it can't be like a career until you want to retire, kind of thing.
You definitely kind of have an expiration date. I mean, not every boat is going to be like, oh, you're too old to work on here or you're too young to work on here, but there are quite a lot that are like, oh, we want like a younger Stu, you know, so she can, you know, so she has the energy to keep up. But really, it's because the owner wants to look at a young, pretty girl.
Yeah.
You know, let's not try to pretend here.
Yeah.
It could be either. Could be the deck crew voting on this age limit as well.
Yeah. Do you like miss yachting at all? I guess not, because you're still doing it a little bit, right?
Not really. No. I miss having, you know, a consistent good income and being able to travel. But the thing is, it always comes with, you know, your time is never yours when you're in yachting. Your time is always owned by the owner, the captain, or the program. And at a certain point, it's almost worth just taking less money to be able to have control over your time. And that's kind of the point that I'm at. After 8 years, I'm like, I want to be able to go home when I want to go home and go on a weekend trip when I want to go on a weekend trip. You know, I don't want to be, you must work from, you know, 8 to 5 every day, no weekends off. Oh, you're working extra late today. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. You kind of hit your limit.
Not getting any younger. So I really want to have the flexibility to like go visit family when I want to, and not, oh, sorry, you can't come for Christmas this year. You know, boss booked a trip. You know, to me, that's not even, I won't even consider that anymore.
Well, I mean, like, you've rocked yachting. You've pretty much gone as far as you can in yachting. And now you're kind of like, you know, moving on to something else. So, you know, that's good for you, right?
Yeah. I want to do it before my body's totally broken.
Well, you're probably like 29 or something.
I'm 25.
25?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm like the age where I should be just getting into yachting.
Well, I only said 29 because you were talking about being like older. Like, I thought that's what you were trying to like say, that you're getting too.
The opposite, actually. My first few years in yachting, I was considered too young, and there were a lot of jobs I didn't get hired for because they're like, oh, you can't be a 23-year-old chief stew. I'm like, well, here I am. I just basically made a not telling people my age, or even after I got on board. I just, it doesn't come up.
And you're like protected because you're a girl, right? You can't like ask a girl their age kind of thing. Like there's that faux pas-ish.
There are no rules in yachting.
No. May I ask how like you got into Below Deck? Like did you apply or did they seek you, or how did that work?
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. Trying to remember what year it was. I want to say it was 2017 or 18, when I was working on Parsifal. Basically, the production team contacted Captain Glenn and said, hey, we're looking to do a new spinoff for sailing yachts. Do you think you can help us find a boat? And, because we hear you're quite big in the sailing industry, blah, blah, blah. And so he approached the owner and said, hey, can I offer them Parsifal? And they agreed. Everything kind of started going ahead. And then when it came time to like, all right, they're going to be bringing new crew on, Paget and I we were both still working on Parsifal. I think we worked on it for about a little over a year, maybe a year and a half. I don't remember exactly. And we'd already been working on there for quite some time. And when it came time to figure out the crew and who's going on holiday and all this, Paget and I kind of decided that, yeah, we'd considered staying on for the show, so that we continue to get paid for those 6 weeks, because we didn't want to just take off 6 weeks in the middle of the busy season and not get holiday pay, not make tips. So we decided financially it would be better to stay and do the show. We didn't really want to. It was kind of one of those things. It's like, oh, is this like going to be a career killer? Can we pull it off? So we decided to go ahead. We met Joao probably 2 years before we did the show. So we at least had him to ask because he had already done his season, I think his first season. And so we had like a long couple of phone calls with him about the ins and outs and, should we do it? Should we not? And that's how we ended up coming to the conclusion to do the show. We're just like, fuck it. Let's make some money. Have fun.
Yeah. YOLO.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was never a goal. It was, no. Even up until signing the papers, we were like, are we really doing this?
I mean, I think from my perspective, there's a lot of hit or misses in terms of like seasons and the cast that they have. And I think I speak for a lot of the fans that say that your season is like one of like the better seasons. You know what I mean? Like the cast was like cohesive. And I think
I heard the opposite.
Really?
I've heard a lot of things saying like, I read an article the other day about why Below Deck Sailing Yacht season 1 was a flop.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess to each their own, but I don't know. That's what me and my friends talk about, I guess.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
But what I think makes a good reality TV star is like somebody who is like not like fame hungry, like, you know what I mean? It's not like you were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like on this show and I'm gonna be like, Kim Kardashian or something like that. You're just kind of like, like I kind of want to make money. So you just kind of like lived your life without like putting stuff on, which I think is more interesting to watch, I think.
Yeah, well, and the other factor that I think, because Paget and I were not the most entertaining factor of the show. We weren't the most out there with drama, I guess. Another factor we kind of had to consider was that, like, we knew the owner personally. He was going to be on after the show. We were going to still be around him when it aired. So for us, it was kind of like, we don't want to go on and make ourselves look like idiots to our boss who we're still going to be working for when the show's over. We don't get to just go off, to the next job or go on holiday or whatever, like most of the cast do. They come in, create drama, wreak havoc, and then they're off. For us, It was still very much our normal job that we had to maintain a reputation for.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah. Very good point.
A little bit different.
Do you regret doing the show at all, or?
No,
No?
I don't regret doing it. I think I regret not taking proper time off before doing the show and being actually in a good headspace. I was not in a very good place when I did the show. So I didn't come across as myself, that's for sure.
Really? I mean, I thought you seemed completely normal. Like, I thought you were so level-headed. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I thought you were.
I was exhausted.
Oh.
The crying in the bar, I don't remember what episode it was. I think it was like the second or third episode, maybe. The crying in the bar, that was not over relationship drama. It's because I was literally so exhausted. I just had a breakdown.
Yeah. I think that's, from what I hear, like typical in yachting, no? Like breakdowns a little bit here and there.
Oh yeah, no, I have like radio codes with my stews that like, hey, I'm gonna go find that thing in the cabinet now means I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom for 10 minutes. So
that's the best. It's the same in serving. It's like, oh, I gotta grab something under the walk-in.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have that, just 10 minutes to yourself to kind of reset and refresh and
Do you have any like crazy guest stories at all? Like, are you comfortable sharing that? Or from the show or from like in yachting in general? Like, did you have any guests that just like drove you crazy or?
I have hundreds, but unfortunately I also have NDAs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I write a book about all the shit that I've had happen, but until those NDAs expire, I can't really say much.
Yeah, very true. I respect that for sure. Yeah.
Let's just say there's definitely a lot of drugs and prostitutes involved in yachting.
Oh wow. You never see that on Below Deck, do you?
No, of course you don't, because they can't show that.
Yeah. If you weren't on sailing, would there be another franchise like Med or? Sorry?
Adventure.
Oh, Adventure, really?
Yeah. And now if they had like a sailing adventure, like cold water, oh my God, I'd be so in. I don't actually like the hot tropical climates.
Yeah. I
love the cold weather.
Yeah. I don't like being all sweaty.
No, especially when you're moving as much as you do all day long.
Yeah.
My absolute best trips have been the Atlantic crossings and Scotland. Those have been my absolute favorite trips that I've done.
May I ask if there was any discussion of you returning to the show?
No, because I wasn't dramatic enough, and let's just say they wanted me to say a lot of stuff in the interviews that I refused to say. So I don't think the producers like me very much. I know that Paget was a backup for Gary in season 2.
Oh, cool.
But I was not asked for any of that.
Would you have been interested in doing it if the opportunity presented itself? Or?
Yeah, I would do it again. For the right money, I would do it again.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I always wonder, like, they should do like an all-stars Below Deck season. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. No, that'd be amazing. Don't know if I would make it on there. Probably not. But I would love to do it again. But
yeah. You mentioned Jess, that you have a business brewing with Jess. And then we had spoken before that you said you were there for the birth of her child. Did you want to talk a little bit about that, or?
Yeah, it was. Let's just say I definitely don't want children. It was a little bit traumatic for everyone involved, but it was amazing. It's something that you don't realize how extraordinary it is until you're there. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. She's a very strong woman. I'll put it like that.
Oh no. How did you guys become friends? Just from Bravo?
Yeah, we actually met on Instagram around the same time that my season was airing and hers was, I think, just being announced, like when they announced all the cast, because the production team pretty much, they finished filming on Parsifal and went straight to Palma to go film Jess's season. So they were back to back, and I think it was just one of those things that, like, hey, you know, here's what to expect, you know, because I had that, I think, well, I know I definitely had that from Joao. I want to say Anastasia kind of gave me like a little rundown, you know, of what to expect and here's how this is going to go, you know, because you don't really get it told a lot how the social media side of it works after the show airs. And like the brutality online, it can break you. And it does.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like a general thing. It was like, I think I reached out to her after her season got announced. It's just like, hey, you know, Ciara from Sailing Yacht, just wanted to say hi, introduce myself. I'm here if you need anything.
Oh, that's so nice of you. So you did that to Jess.
Yeah, because Anastasia did it for me.
That's so nice. Yeah, that makes sense that people would do that, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of just like a, hey, we're all in this together, let's get through it sort of thing.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I don't think you ever got like bad press or anything like that, you know?
Maybe not publicly, but definitely in the DMs, people are cruel.
People are so annoying. Like, what is wrong with them?
I remember one morning I woke up and looked at my messages and just started crying because it was like you get messages telling you to kill yourself, go drink bleach, and you know, all kinds of just like, it's like, now that I'm in a better headspace, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like,
Yeah.
who's the therapist?
Yeah.
But at the time when you have all of that coming at you, it's overwhelming.
Sorry that happened to you.
Oh, I signed up for it.
That's wild. You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't want to be like intense, but I feel like definitely there should be some sort of repercussions for telling people to kill themselves or drink bleach or something, you know?
Unfortunately, Instagram does not do anything.
Wild. Yeah. That's
like,
weird.
I try to report profiles that are clearly impersonating me, and they're just like, sorry, we saw nothing wrong with this. Like,
people will be like, hey, like, I entered this contest. Can you click this link? And I'm like, no, the last thing you could ever do is click a link off somebody randomly DMing you, because that link will give them access to your account and then your account will be hacked.
yeah.
You know?
I don't click on anything.
Yeah. I'm like, good luck for your daughter, but no thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. Who's your favorite, like, I guess besides Glenn, who would be your favorite captain?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think I've met any of the other captains. You know, I've never worked with any of them. I would probably say Jason. He seems like the most fun. Like, he's kind of closer to everyone else's age, and he just seems fun. He seems like a really like cool person to work with.
On that note, do you actually keep up with the shows at all, or do you watch it here and there?
Not really, because I don't have cable, and I don't really pay for any subscription services other than Netflix. So not really. I see like clips here and there, but the other thing is I also know a lot of these people, and I don't want to have this like preconceived idea of who they are based on the show. So, because the show, it does skew things. You're not always represented as who you actually are. You know, you're kind of made to fit into a storyline. So, you know, I'd rather get to know people personally rather than have this idea of who they are from the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because they can totally say like you can say something and be talking about something else, but then when they put it in context in the show, like a different context,
Oh,
it makes
that
you,
happened multiple times on my show.
yeah.
Like I remember there was one clip that they filmed after like Charter 1, and they used part of that clip in Charter 9. You know, and I know because my hairstyle was different. It was in the experimental phases of figuring out what to do with curly hair.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, what was your biggest fear going into the show? Was it, I'm thinking, was it like the show, social media? Was it how you're going to be edited? Do you have like one that kind of sticks out a little bit, or?
Yeah, it was, having watched multiple seasons before, when Paget and I went onto the show, we knew that there was going to be some, you know, because we were obviously like the first couple on the show, and you know, the first couple to join a boat together. We knew that there was going to be some kind of love triangle, something thrown in there, somebody after me, somebody after him, something like that. So we knew that that was going to be, you know, some factor in the show. So I do remember it's kind of like, is this a good idea for our relationship, to put all this on TV, because we know how this is going to go.
Yeah,
obviously now that doesn't matter, but
but you guys still remain pretty strong for a while, if I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
I mean, it's, you know, we both discussed it before the show, and we were like, all right, this is probably going to happen. How are we going to handle this ahead of time?
That's very mature of you.
Clearly one of us did better than the other, but one of us stuck to the script.
You kill me, oh my God.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Oh God. We'll leave that there, right? Are you dating anyone right now, or if I may ask?
I am, yeah.
Oh, you are. Nice. Yeah. How's that going?
It's amazing. It's amazing. That's why it's not on social media.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
easier to keep it that way.
That's a good thing to do if you want to like remain healthy and, you know. Yeah. Nice. How far are you into your degree?
Freshman year.
Freshman year. So that's year one. Oh, okay.
Year 1 and 4. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Not a long way to go.
Are you like going into school, or is it online?
No, I'm going on campus. Yeah. I have one of my classes is online, the rest are all in the classroom.
Nice. Do you have people that are like, hey, you're Ciara from Below Deck, or?
Yeah. I had a professor from the business department come up to me, and we had like a group study thing that 2 of the professors were hosting, and she came up to me, she's like, you look really familiar. Where have I seen you from? So I was like, oh God, here we go. And then I was out at a lunch with the whole class from my Spanish class, and it was kind of the first time we'd all got to talking. Oh, what do you do? What do you do? Where are you from? This and that. And of course, as soon as I say, oh, I used to work on boats, they're like, oh, like Below Deck? Yep, just like that.
They're like, anyways.
Yeah, well, eventually then they started Googling, and, you know, it's not real hard. You search my name and it comes up. So then pretty soon they're shouting down the table, Ciara's famous. Did you guys know this? I'm like, oh my God.
That's so funny. I heard they were going to make a show about Crew House or something like that. Did you ever hear about that?
I heard about that. I don't know if it ever went through or not. I knew that it was a thing they were talking about, but I haven't heard anything about it since. It'd definitely be entertaining.
Is there any sort of, do you have any sort of desire to be like a public figure anymore? Like, you know, you kind of fell into Below Deck, but if there were more opportunities for you to like be on TV or do this, do that.
I think I would. It's quite fun. You know, it's the biggest thing though is just having, you know, being in a good headspace, because the thing is you're putting yourself out there, and whether you want it or not, people are going to give their opinions of you. And even as well as you think you do sometimes, people still hate your guts for it. So I think if you can handle that, it's like, I think it's worth it. It's fun. But I mean, I'm not like going on any other TV shows or anything like that. But I do want to get more into, you know, brand sponsorships and partnerships and deals. And, you know, I want to start getting more into content creation. But that's about it for now. Eventually, I want to start a blog or, you know, do a vlog or something like that. You know, TV, I don't know, but I definitely want to do something.
Are you on the TikTok?
I've kind of just reposted my Instagram reels. I don't know how to use it.
It's funny because it's usually the other way around. Usually you post your TikToks on your Instagram reels.
I never got into the TikTok thing. I don't know how it works. I've tried doing the recording thing and I'm just like, I don't understand this.
Yeah. I just like to like flick through the videos because I miss Vine. Vine was like amazing. Yeah. Do you want to have like a family and like kids and stuff?
No.
No?
No. I do not want kids.
No.
Marriage is the 50-50. It's maybe, but kids, no. I just want dogs.
Yeah, very true. Like a little bit less responsibility. You know what I mean? Like you can just
like
leave the dog home all day.
I can leave my dog overnight if I have to. Yeah. You know, I get arrested for leaving my kid overnight. I just there is nothing about having kids that is appealing to me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you may change your mind, you may not, you know.
Yeah, you sound like my mom now.
Yeah.
I've been pretty adamant about this since I was about 15.
Oh.
And it's not like I hate kids. I just don't want them.
Yeah. You know, fair enough, right?
Yeah. I want to do what I want to do in life, and I don't want to be trapped by little tiny humans for 18 years.
Oh, I know. And then you have to like raise it, and then you have to like make sure it's not like an asshole, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have the patience for that. I'm too selfish for that. I know that.
Yeah. I have a game here if you want to play.
Okay.
How much do you, I know, it sounds so weird, eh? Do you want to play a game?
Okay, creepy internet stranger.
How much do you know about Canada? Like, have you been to Canada?
I've been to Canada a couple times. Yeah. Only like Vancouver and Victoria though.
Cool. I'm from Vancouver.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful part of the country I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty chill, you know. Can't complain.
I like the food. I remember the food was really good.
Yeah. How much do you know about Canadian slang?
Like only a little bit.
Okay. So we'll play this. It's called Canadian Words. That's just a simple title.
Okay.
So do you know what a toque is?
A toque?
Yeah, TOQUE.
Is it like money?
No.
No? Okay. No.
That was a good guess, though. It's like a beanie, what you guys call a beanie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did see that somewhere. I remember.
Keeps your ears warm.
Yeah.
I actually played this game with Katie Flood. So I'm just recycling it.
Okay.
Hopefully my followers don't care.
How well did she do?
Sorry?
How well did she do? What was her score?
I don't even think she got one. She's from New Zealand, right? Yeah. So, do you know what a Chesterfield is?
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield.
I'd say a gun, but you guys don't really have those there.
No. I'm thinking it's usually like in your grandma's basement, or it's like in your mud room, or spare room.
Is it like rain boots? Is it like
No.
No?
Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. It's a couch, like an old couch, and it's usually like floral, like an old couch from like the 70s.
Why would you have a couch in your mudroom? Is that a thing up there? Is that what you said?
Yeah, do you know what that is?
Yeah, I had one in my house growing up. That's why I'm wondering why you would have a couch in there.
Okay, I have two more. Are you aware of the word double? The words?
Like the burger?
No.
No? Okay, no. I think In-N-Out has a double, don't they?
I think that's what Katie said too, but it is like in that kind of genre, but it's a coffee from Tim Hortons.
Oh, okay.
2 cream, 2 sugar.
Okay. Interesting.
Right? If you have any Canadian friends, you can just text them these words and throw them up.
I'll probably text Jenna. We were literally just talking before this, so I'll ask her. She's be like, what the fuck did you get that from?
Oh. Okay, one
right.
more. Do you know what a converter is?
I'd say a converter, like the little outlet voltage.
Yeah.
No?
That was a good guess though, yeah.
Like a step down converter. It's not that?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like a remote for your TV.
Why not just call it a remote?
I know. It's like I'm using the word to describe it, that it really is.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to chat about?
I think we pretty much covered it. Do you have any other questions or?
No, I'd love to promote any sort of businesses that you have, or if you have one outside of the one with Jess, or.
Not at the moment, but keep an eye out for when we launch officially.
Nice.
It is yachting related, so I think it'll be good. It's something the industry needs.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out. Okay.
Cool.
For sure. So I'll do my exit now.
Okay.
I'm going to become fake again. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Pop-Off with James. This is episode 2 of season 2. Again, we have Ciara Duggan from Sailing Yacht. And thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. So last minute. You can find you where on social media?
Live and Set Sail on Instagram. Or you Live and Set Sail on TikTok, but there's not much there.
I have to say it's a very good name for social media.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you can find me at Below Deck Above Average on Instagram, at Pop-Off with James on Instagram, at It's James Pike on Instagram, or I'm also on TikTok at Pop-Off with James. You can watch this on YouTube at Pop-Off with James. My mouth is really dry again. Well, it was really nice meeting you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. This was fun.
Absolutely. Okay. Thank you.
All right, bye. Thanks.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Remember Yuki?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
What are you doing over there? Come here. Come here. Come here, Nugget. Come here. Come here.
Is it Yuki?
Yuki. Y-U-K-I.
Oh.
Can you, sir? You want food? You want to eat dinner? Oh, why don't we do a trick? Come here. Come here. Come here. Up, up, up. All right. Sit. High five. High five. Good boy.
Aw.
Shake.
He's such a happy puppy.
He is. He's a happy little nugget. Can I get a shake? Handshake. Good boy. High five. Good boy.
I used to have a Chihuahua, and her name was Judge Judy, and
For judging.
and she used to, like, if you held a treat up, and then you put the treat in a circle, she would like dance like a ballerina on her two paws. She'd like run like this.
Oh, I gotta get him to do that. Now he just, anytime I tell him to sit, he automatically thinks he's getting a treat, so he just starts putting his paws up in the air.
Oh.
Come here, stop hiding. Like, Mom, I just want to go. All right, we'll do it without him.